So the green beans are coming in really well. If you look down here, all these little growths and stuff. Growths is such a weird word. Little sprouts. So it's looking quite well. The red Swiss chard is coming in really nicely. Even have some beautiful little clovers here. But I have to look and see how big this needs to get. I'm guessing each one of these is like a bunch or something. That's what I'm guessing. Oh, little clovers here too. Alright, so moving on. So now I have some yarrow, which I need to plant, but I was kind of waiting for it to come back to life first. So I think I'm gonna plant this in a pot. Here's another little pot of it. Here's my lemon balm plant that I got. I've already trimmed it down and it's doing pretty well. It was like really, really tall. But if you look, every plant that's in the mint family has a square stem, which I think I've mentioned before, but it's really interesting. Like if you go over there and like look at it, it's at an actual square. It's the craziest thing. Anyways, lots of new growth on here. So if you don't have lemon balm, you should definitely get it. I dried mine out and I'm gonna make it into tea. All right, peppermint is doing exactly what I was hoping it would do. It's spreading, it's getting a lot fuller, so I should have like a ton here. Hopefully soon, but I mean, it's growing in really nicely. Spearmint, still doing well. Got a little friend there. But anyways, that's just growing in really well. And we've got also a bunch of little clovers here. So the oregano still is, I still need to like kind of, I don't know what I need to do to it. I feel like it's kind of mashed down. It's not very it's not as vibrant as it was before. But anyway, so that's still doing okay. So my basil plant died. Don't know what happened. So I think maybe I trimmed it too early. So this time I didn't trim it yet. I think I've taken off maybe like one piece. So I'm gonna cut this down later so that way the energy pushes out the sides. But I need to come through and kind of harvest a little bit because this leaf's like getting quite big. So maybe I'll do that for lunch today. Oh my goodness. Okay, so my lavender, it almost looks like it's going to flower, but I don't know. I've only had this for like 3 years and it's never flowered before. So that would be really exciting if it does. It's, if you could smell this right now. All right, moving on. My thyme is doing exactly what I was hoping it would. So it looks like it's gonna hopefully grow in here nice and full, like I was hoping it would. We've got a lot of new pieces and a lot of old. So I think for next year, I'm just gonna let it die in the winter and let it come back. That seems to be a lot healthier for it. I don't know if anybody else has a recommendation for that, but it seems like that's the best bet. I don't know if you can see it. There you go. All right, moving on to my sage. Like I said originally, I had pulled this out because it started coming back, which I didn't know they did. I need to look up and see when I need to like harvest this. So it just keeps growing. But I mean, I'm pretty impressed with it. And it smells divine. My rosemary is doing really well. It's coming in nice and full. I trimmed it back a couple times. You can see like here, and it's just pushed out either side. So I think I'm gonna do that. So it just keeps growing back fuller. All right, so these still have no idea what's going on with those. The parsley, my little tag, but I had trimmed this. I got this from the store, an organic plant from the store. I trimmed it down, as you can see, and then it actually just shot back up. So I think that's what I need to do, is just like cut it all off and it'll just come back. As for the cilantro, see the little baby cilantro leaves, just waiting for that to grow in. The Thai basil, they're getting taller, taking its sweet time. I think it takes a while for it to grow. It grew really slow last year and it didn't get very big, so we'll see. The shallot, kind of like, I don't even know what happened here. it was going really nicely, and then it stopped. So, all right. So for this, I don't know if anybody's had chocolate mint before, but wow, it's good. It tastes wonderful in tea. I got this from a nearby nursery. And if you look at it, these, since it's part of, obviously it's mint, the stems here are squares, but it's beautiful and it tastes quite nice because you can just pinch this off and eat some of it just like you would with any other mint family plant. Alright, so the citronella is doing much better since I've moved it into the shade and we put holes in the bottom and we have some more growth there. And so I water it every now and then. I don't give it too much water, but it seems to be working a whole lot better and it's a whole lot happier. Moving on to, let me see if I can, these are pretty, like I just give it water and it perks back up if it's looking a little sad, but yeah, I just gotta clean up around there. But wow, if you don't have a lamb's ear plant, please get one. Like, they are absolutely wonderful. Okay, so if you remember when I first posted, I had just planted this rosemary plant here that I had gotten from my cousin's school or something, and I didn't know if it was gonna come back, but man, has it grown back, and it's awesome. So I just cut everything back, like all the stems and stuff, and it's just growing in so nicely. So I try and keep the area around it pretty clean, and that way it doesn't get all mixed up in here. But wow, it's awesome. Okay, so it's quite sunny right now. So these are looking kind of sad, but if you look here, we've got some nice little like growth on here. We've got a bunch of new plants. So I guess these are the tricolor beans, and I've never really grown these before, so we're just seeing what they do. So I'll keep you updated. Here is the radish. I think I need to look at them because radishes are kind of like sensitive, it seems. So these ones I might be able to pick like soon because you don't want them getting too big, otherwise they will start cracking, and then they're just not as like, oh look, you can see it. There's one. Can you see this? Maybe you can on the camera. I can't really tell because it's so bright out here, but here's a radish. So this right here, I could probably pick here like very soon because it's actually quite large. So I could probably pick these ones too. So I'll put in pictures at the end. Okay, moving back here to the sugar snap peas. We've got some really nice growth on here. Like this is beautiful. So I'll just let you know, no growth on there yet. I mean, like edible food wise, but I put these stakes in here so they'd start like attaching themselves to them instead of falling all over everything else. The turnips, unless I labeled them wrong, that's what they are. So they seem to be growing in nicely. I don't really know. Obviously a turnip is a root, so we shall see. All right, so right here, these are snow peas, I think. Yes, snow peas. There it is. These don't really like very hot weather, so I'm gonna see how these do. Hopefully they'll come in the springtime and we'll be able to get quite a bit out of them, but I haven't had like tons and tons of luck with snow pea plants. So you can let me know down in the comments if you have any experience with like a great harvest from snow pea plants, but I mean, it's nice to have them, especially when you grow them yourself. Anyways, all right, so here are some golden beets. Those are coming in nicely. Same with the regular beets. Sure. Oh, here we go. There's some color. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but it's there. All right, so moving on. So I'm assuming this was labeled correctly and this is broccoli. Not 100% positive, but I mean, it looks like broccoli. And then the cauliflower, like, I don't know if that's what this is, but it's nothing really growing here. Celery, I don't think that's celery. I think those are broccoli. That, on the other hand, is definitely celery. I don't know what I did when I planted these, but I think I messed a lot of them up. Oh well. Cabbage. We clearly planted a lot of cabbage. Probably too much. But that's okay, we'll just see what they do. And these are new. I got these from my friend. These are 2 jalapeno peppers. Obviously these are nightshade, so I will not be eating them. But I'm thinking of trying to make some hot sauce or something. Or, I don't know, something to that extent. So let me know if you have any suggestions. And something that's like on the paleo side. All right, you see this wonderfulness? These are our carrot tops. I'm really hoping that we'll have some carrots. And then romaine lettuce is coming in really nicely, like really well. Then the green leaf lettuce is like taking over, but wow, it's coming in really, really full. And the spinach, we can just pop one off right now and show you. There you go. Homegrown spinach. But this is actually the best it's ever done. So I think it's the compost that we got from like a local person. I'm not quite sure what exactly that is. I guess we'll find that out. Okay, potatoes are doing really, really well. If I remember correctly, this should be red skin potatoes, and those are russet potatoes. So like I said, nightshades, so if you're like AIP or anything, obviously it's recommended that you don't eat as much of them. Anyways, potato bands. This right here was supposed to be for cucumbers. That didn't really happen. So I'm gonna see if I can plant more or something, or figure out what's going on there.